So the president says a deal on Dreamers is close, and this morning, Schumer and Pelosi released a statement which read, "What remains to be negotiated are the details of border security with a mutual goal of finalizing all details as soon as possible." So, would that be a fair trade? And what is going on behind the scenes here? It's also chaotic and confusing. Thus, I must bring in former Utah Congressman and Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz. So, Congressman, let us discuss. You have been inside the sausage factory. You have overseen the production line. Tell me what's going on between the president and leaders of the opposition party.
It's always ugly, and when they're out there rendering these types of things. Look, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, they can actually deliver votes. People line up like lemmings behind them and will do what they say. The Republican side of the aisle, Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell's a little bit different. They don't necessarily line up, but the president must deliver, I believe, on locking down the border, getting rid of the rewards and incentives, and rejecting amnesty. But the dirty little secret is the border wall doesn't require congressional approval. All it requires is the proper funding. The president already has the authorization to build that wall.
But doesn't Congress have to work on the funding?
Yes, it does need to work on the funding. But again, when they gave the 3-month extension and pushed this decision essentially to December, that's when you're going to see the border wall funding. The DACA does require congressional approval. So,
and that's why even Democrats who worked on the legislation, or not the legislation, the executive order, said that it was going to run into all sorts of problems in the court system.
Yes.
So what is the president doing here working with Chuck and Nancy? Because there's obviously more here than meets the eye. Is he just simply trying to get votes? Is he trying to soften them up so he can get that 60-vote threshold when it comes to tax reform? Or is he just playing mind games with Republicans?
He's triangulating. He's getting the Democrats.
Explain what you mean by that.
Well, he's getting the Democrats and the Republicans to actually come with him. I think he's scared the Republicans now to say, hey, look, if you aren't going to be able to produce results, I mean, we can't even seem to get Republicans to vote Republican. So in order to get to these thresholds and get results, I think the president, all he wants to do is produce results. And he's going to have to drag along some Democrats on some of these key issues.
And the implementation of DACA legislatively is incredibly important to people like Charles Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. I mean, that is their critical emotional issue, as I pointed out at the top of the show, because immigration is wrought with emotionalism. That's just how it is. The president wants the wall. That's what's most important to him. He's dug his heels in there. He's emotionally invested in the wall. And is he just finding a way to get the wall by using something that's also politically convenient for him? Because if he's the one who gets DACA passed as a law, then perhaps some of those potential voters will return the favor by voting for him or voting for Republicans for generations.
Look, Donald Trump, in part, is in the White House because he got the Republican base, but he also had to drag across some independents and Democrats in order to win the White House. And so if he's able to achieve this, it will, A, blow the minds of the Democrats and their senior leadership and all the mainstream media. Every story they've written for the last 18 months will kind of be just forgotten, neutralized. But I think you're going to see that people on both sides of the aisle actually want this. But if you don't lock down the border, you don't have the border security, and you don't have a wall, then you're going to see people on the far right side of the aisle say, whoa, 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 that's not what you promised, Mr. President. So he can achieve both.
I mean, that's why people were freaking out last night. That's why you had Breitbart calling him Amnesty Dawn. You had Representative Steve King freaking out. Ann Coulter with her impeachment tweet. Even Sean Hannity was talking how the president will be finished if he doesn't stay true to his agenda, and this seems to be an about-face. Is Nancy Pelosi trustworthy, or would she impeach the president the first chance she got?
Oh, no. Like, Democrats want nothing but a former President Donald Trump as fast as they possibly can. But they've moved. They've gravitated a little bit because I think Donald Trump has been very adept as a politician in that they wanted a scorched earth, right? Democrats just want scorched earth. Nothing's right. But suddenly he's actually offering something that is palatable.
I think it's confusing to them. It's actually much more uncomfortable for them to be in a position where they have to accept the olive branch that he's extending.
Yeah, but it's working. And look, the role of Congress...
Is he setting a trap?
Well, the role of Congress is to get a bill onto the president's desk. And when you don't see the Republicans lining up behind good Republican things we've talked about for a long time, health care,
tax
reform. I mean, I was in the room when they told us, hey, get ready because we're going to have that health care bill on the president's desk the moment he's sworn in. And you know, hey, we're in September and they haven't quite done that. So
yeah, we were told by the Treasury Secretary that tax reform would be done by August.
Yeah.
August has come and gone,
Yeah.
and here we are on the precipice of fall, and we're running cold. So
you're
we
going to be
need...
lucky to get it by Christmas time. So
All right, very good, Congressman Chaffetz. Thank you very much.
thank you.